The story you're about to witness takes place in a large American city. The year is 1947. It's a cold, dark night in mid-December. No matter how many layers you wear under your overcoat, the wind cuts through like a knife straight to the bone. In fact, it's a night you'd rather be indoors next to a warm cast iron radiator. Yeah. We start in the office of Frank Banter, private detective. At least that's what's written on his business card. He's more likely to be found reading comic books than cracking cases. But every once in a great while, he surprises the local constabulary by beating them to the punch. Lately, his track record has been nothing to write home about. But that's okay, since his handwriting is awful. And so our story begins.
Excuse me, do you have an appointment? Go in there, he's busy. You can't, she just barged in. I'm really sorry, Mr. Banter. Ma'am, I have to ask you to join me in the other room where you can set up a proper appointment.
It's okay, Ms. Forth. I can take it from here. Thank you, Sally. Do you mind? How can I help you, ma'am?
It's just so awful.
May I ask what happened? Ma'am? Would this help?
You just don't know what it's like. He was there one minute, and then he wasn't. Do you think he's been kidnapped? Is that still a thing? Maybe they'll want a ransom. I wonder what kinds of demands they'll make.
Who? About who are we talking?
My boy, of course. It's almost too miserable to think about. Who would do such a thing to me?
Ma'am, let's start at the beginning. Wouldn't you be more comfortable sitting?
It all started when my little boy went missing. Like I said, he was there one minute, and then he wasn't. It's a terrible loss. I haven't been able to sleep at all. He could be out there, shivering in the cold. I'm cold too! How would you be able to live with yourself if you don't find him? You need to bring him to me before something really serious happens.
Right. Let's start with your name. You are...
Don't you know who I am? I live on the top floor of this building, the penthouse.
Sorry.
I'm Sherrod. Don't you follow the news? I'm everywhere.
Okay. And the boy's name? Is he your son?
Of course he's my son. Whose son would he be? Or have you heard something else?
No, but his name? What's the boy's name?
Well, I haven't named him yet.
Oh, so we're talking about a baby? A couple days old or weeks?
I don't know. It's all been such a blur. All I know is that he's gone, and I'm going out of my mind. And you've got to rescue him before people find out.
What would people find out? That he's illegitimate?
What? No, that he's really, really small. And he might not live unless I show him the proper care a child needs. A small child needs. One like my dear baby boy.
So I'm looking for a small, nameless baby boy. Got it. That shouldn't be a problem. Is there a good way to reach you once I find this missing person?
Don't worry, I'll be in touch. Just find him or I won't make it worth your while.
So, is that going to be the new Mrs. Banner? Quite a sweetheart from the sounds of it. Looks like you two really hit it off.
I'm not sure she was talking about her own son.
What makes you say that, King Solomon? Of course, you completely forgot to ask her if she'd be okay with only half of a baby.
Sometimes your snark goes over the line. This is a serious matter, but I've got next to nothing to go on. What is she up to? What is she hiding? Who's there?
It's Professor Nathan Shore from upstairs, 7B. May I come in?
Of course.
I'm sorry to barge in so late, but this is important. I know you're often hired to find missing persons, so is it all right if I run this by you?
Sure.
What?
He means go ahead, Professor.
Okay. Right. See, my entire professorial career, I've espoused the theory that we live in an impersonal universe. We're just here. It's just here. What you see is what you get. Nothing more. Biology, physics, chemistry, mathematics, even psychiatry all explain to some degree what actually is right here in front of us. There's no mystery. If we don't understand something, we use the scientific method to figure it out, or postulate theories like evolution to explain how life works. Even something potentially fuzzy like love can be reducible to quantifiable, neurological, mechanical processes. So, as far as our relationship with the universe, or even with each other is concerned, there's nothing actually personal about it. And that's okay, because that's how it is. We don't have to make up a mythology to appreciate it.
Maybe it's a little too late for this discussion.
Have a seat, Professor. I'll go get some coffee.
See, something came to my attention. At first, I thought it was an anomaly, a momentary rip in the fabric of the universe. But upon further investigation, I think I've discovered something that turns our whole view of reality upside down.
Like moving to Australia?
Let him finish his thought.
You see, we've been studying the behavioral tendencies of meerkats. And as cute and as social as they may appear, they can also be incredibly brutal towards each other. To gain clan dominance and consequently evolutionary advantage. We as humans can be brutal too, but something deep down tells us it's wrong. So, if you generally believe, from an evolutionary standpoint, in the survival of the fittest, why would we build hospitals? Why build ramps in the sidewalk for people in wheelchairs? Why would you, Mr. Banner, help others find what they've lost? Why don't we just let the weak die? The disabled stay home, and the lost remain lost.
I don't think I follow.
Raw nature is violence. Lions eat antelopes, but we aspire to rise above nature. Why? Because we are not mere animals. Why would we practice our capacity to love? Why not just take what we want and let everything else fall by the wayside? As we were reading up on behavioral sciences, two of my students decided to think outside the class and brought in that little book we all used to think was only for crackpot religious zealots.
You mean the Bible?
Exactly. The Bible turns out to be a lot more than jumping off point for Shakespeare or ruminations on the golden rule. You know, do unto others as you would have them do unto you.
It's right here in the book.
This is Pascal and Galileo, my students.
Well, what's in the book? You're killing me with suspense.
Stories of sin, sinners, sinfulness, and then more sin.
But also,
Redemption.
you see,
No.
Not even close.
sin explains our push towards violence and hate, while redemption, and by extension a redeemer, explains why we crave peace. Not because it feels good, but because it's right. You're riding the bus. You leave your seat to ask the driver a question. When you come back, someone who is standing is now in your seat. Do you think, good for her, she outsmarted me? No, you think, I've been wronged, I want my seat back. You feel that there's a wrong and a right. A moral obligation is written on our hearts because the universe is not inherently impersonal and without morality, but fundamentally personal. The good that we crave comes from God. Without God, there's no need for the good. The moral obligation would disappear. We tend towards hate and violence because of sin, but someone is coming that will be able to redeem us from our sin and allow us to live in peace.
And guess what?
What?
You're going to love this. Somewhere in this apartment building, there's a boy about to be born who will give meaning to this new reality and make it very personal indeed.
What? I mean, that's great, but I'm so confused. Where do I fit in?
And me?
I don't know if I'm right. I think I'm right. I believe I'm right. But we're still searching for the truth. And we're wondering if you might know something that we don't know. Something that can lead us to the right room.
Interesting.
What?
Well, it's just occurred to me that someone else may be looking for the baby boy too. Thank you for stopping by, Professor. You've done a lot of good work, but could you do me a favor?
Perhaps.
Answer me this. If, like you say, someone is coming who will lead us toward a world that pursues righteousness, doing what's right, love and understanding over and against the sins of power and greed, who would want to stop that, and why?
I think we may all have to ask ourselves that question.
Duly noted. I'll ring you in 7B as soon as I know more.
Good morning, sir. May I take your order?
Listen, you are about to have a son.
What? Who do you... What? How do you know it's going to be a boy?
He will be born the Son of God. He will inherit the Lord's throne, and he'll rule over the descendants of Jacob forever. His kingdom will never end.
I think you got the wrong girl, mister. You know I'm not married, right?
Listen, 2 words. Holy Spirit. You're good to go. In fact, your boy's going to be special. Great, in fact. He'll be called Wonderful Counselor, Prince of Peace, Almighty Father.
Those aren't real names. What about, like, Henry or Fred?
Work with me here, will ya?
Okay, you can't just come in here and say stuff like that without me thinking you're some kind of nutcase. Who are you
Fine.
anyway? Some kind of secret agent?
Fine. Just trust me on this. His name will be Jesus.
Huh. Jesus. Kind of like it. Now, may I take your order? 2 eggs, how would you like them? Over easy? Orange juice or coffee? Fresh squeeze, coming right up. Good morning, Jose. How are you doing? Haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah, about that. Maria, I'm sorry.
Look, I know you had a lot to think about, but you can talk to me. I'm not gonna bite.
I know that. It's a big deal. I gotta be ready to take it on. Marriage, being a dad, it's not something you can take lightly.
I know, Joey, but take it from my side. This baby is coming whether I'm ready for it or not.
I know.
Here, you should have something to eat. It'll help you think.
Okay, how about a small stack of pancakes with syrup and maybe some peanut butter on the side?
I'll make it a tall stack. Oh, and by the way, this guy, his name's gonna be Jesus.
I'm only going to say this once, so listen closely. You're going to marry Maria. You're going to take good care of her and her baby.
What? Who are you? But I still have a lot of questions.
And you'll get answers. But first, you must pledge yourself to Maria and Jesus.
Okay, I guess.
Got it?
Yes, I got it. Thank you.
What are you looking at?
What's going on here?
Nothing. I'm just keeping an eye on this place.
Okay, you gonna have some breakfast? They make a great waffle.
I don't waffle.
I meant no offense.
Why is a big, strong, able-bodied man like you sitting around in a diner at this time of day? Are you looking for work? I could use a man who's good with his hands.
May I help you find a seat?
Thank you, hon. But I think I'll be able to figure it out all by myself. We'll talk later.
Here you go. Peanut butter's the crunchy kind.
What was that all about?
By the way, what are you going to name your new son?
Hey,
We haven't decided yet. We don't know if it's going to be a boy or a girl. Do we, sweetie?
no idea. Hey, could I get some water?
I've decided I'm not that hungry after all. Let me know when you're allowed to work outside the house. Here's my card.
What was that all about?
I don't know, but something about her creeps me out. First a guy in black and now a woman in white who both seem to know too much. Like that I'm gonna have a boy.
We're going to have a boy.
It's just too weird. Wait, what?
Look, everything's a little strange right now, but we're gonna get through this together. I'm with you every step of the way.
Oh, Joey, I could kiss you. But we're not supposed to fraternize with our customers. Good morning, Mr. Baker. How are you doing?
I guess I could ask you the same thing. Didn't I just see the person who calls herself Sherrod walk out of here?
Yes.
With her goon in tow?
Yes, you did. I have her card right here.
Oh, may I see it? Sherrod, Dream Builder, whatyouwant.com. Interesting. Maria, did she ask you about your baby, your baby boy?
Yeah, she did. And so did that secret agent guy, and now you. Everybody seems to think we're having a boy.
We're? Who's the guy?
You're the detective.
Oh, of course. Jose, apartment 4B, right across from 4A. I would have worked it out. But let's keep it on the QT, okay? Something foul is afoot. Be careful. I'll keep in touch.
Who are you and what are you doing in here? You're not supposed to be in here. This is a private laundry room.
Do not be afraid. I bring good news. A boy has been born in apartment 4A. You'll call him Lord, and his name is Jesus, and he was born to Maria and Jose. Tell everyone.
They're gonna have a lot more laundry. I guess we could have figured it out. Her clothes did seem to be getting bigger and bigger. But you should never assume, even though she did seem to be spilling more often. Like she was eating absent-mindedly. Speaking of absent-minded, hello, Professor. What brings you down here?
I think I left the keys to my apartment in my slacks.
People are the strangest things in their pockets. The necessities and the detritus of life. You could tell a lot about a civilization from its garbage dumps. Or dirty laundry.
Or meerkat scat.
Ew! Look at these skinny jeans. Hey, I found something. So analog. The title says boy bands. Wait, no, it says boys band, and it's a list of room numbers. These are girl jeans, aren't they? I think so. What does the tag say? Doesn't that come from the big bin we get every other day from the top floor? Yep. What you want enterprises. The singer lady. Sherrod.
What did I just hear you say? Was it Sherrod? Are those her clothes?
Why? Besides, we're not allowed to discuss our client's clothing.
What if I told you I had good reason to believe that Sherrod is up to no good? She may in fact be planning to get rid of certain young boys in our apartment building.
Really? The loud ones? The nasty ones who think it's fun to hit you?
No, the babies.
The babies? What do you say? Should we show him? Show him the sheet.
Well, don't that beat all?
What?
It looks like Sherrod is so paranoid about her entertainment career that she's planning to get rid of all the baby boys, just so that no boy bands will be able to compete with her? Her brand or her band or whatever it is that she does.
That's a very warped sense of paranoia.
Does she know about the boy in 4A?
What about the boy in 4A?
He's special. His name is Jesus, but we can call him Lord.
Did you meet the secret agent?
So that's who it was. You know about him too?
Do you think that's the boy that we're looking for?
He very well may be. It's all starting to make sense now. We better make a plan.
Rat droppings. A lot of bad stuff around here. Dirty floors. Water leak. Gotta write this stuff down. What's going on with you two?
Oh, hi, building superintendent. To be honest, everything all at once. We got married, had a baby, and the tenant in the penthouse, Sherrod, the singer, according to Dick Banter, is out to get our baby.
So, you're telling me that 4A and 4B are now together, and my highest paying tenant, who rents out the whole 14th floor, is trying to steal your baby, according to the tenant in 2B?
The tenant in 7B would also back this up.
And the secret agent guy who talked to me. He also talked to the woman who did the laundry, too.
You two yanking my chain.
It may all look different in the morning, but right now we don't know where to turn.
Follow me.
Where are we going?
We're going to the 13th floor.
The elevator doesn't have a 13th floor.
That's right, we're taking the stairs. It's a secret floor used for special occasions, like this. Come on, before they hear us. Who is it?
It's Frank, Detective Frank Banter.
Come on in.
Okay, is everyone here? Good. Let's go over the plan one more time. We are on the 13th floor. Sherrod and her bodyguard are above us on the 14th. We can only assume that they were looking for Jesus. All of us are going to stay very quiet until they leave the building. Then some of us are going to go up with the super to see if anyone is being held against their will up there. If there is, we'll call the cops. But for right now, I think it's just safer if we're all together.
What are we gonna do? Give me the baby!
Everybody freeze! Nobody moves, nobody gets hurt.
Well, that was a smart move. Like I said, I could use someone like you, someone who can think on his feet. Now, where is that baby? Don't lie, I heard him cry.
You're sick and twisted, Miss Sherrod. Why can't you use your talents in more than one direction?
Ha ha ha. Very funny. But seriously, Maria, can I see him before they take me away? How is this possible? How can this be? Is this really happening to me?
Long, long ago, our ancestors hoped that one day a Savior would come.
Now here in front of me God's mercy displayed. Through his humble servant I once We'll do our best to carry this grace that will grow into a son of promise who will teach us all to know.
That the mighty one is holy, while on all were small. The hungry shall be given food, the wicked they shall fall.
On this night did the angels sing, Merry Christmas to you. God promised to generations, how deep will you see? The Lord loves the lowly, the proud go away empty. Yes, the Lord is faithful to those who trust God's word. We will be God's servants, tell all who haven't heard. Now the moon is bright and our hearts are full. Merry Christmas to you. Oh, Merry Christmas to you.
It was no longer a cold, dark night in mid-December. Rather, it was a night of hope, a night of warm feelings directed towards a new family who needed the support of the surrounding community. It was a night in which God's love overcame human wickedness and the twisted nature of sin. Frank Banter and Sally Forth would continue to help those who needed the answers. The professor and his students would keep thinking beyond the classroom to understand life's persistent questions. The washerwomen would no doubt discover new hidden treasures. The superintendent would do his best to help his tenants find a safe space to live. Sherrod and her bodyguard would have a long time out. And the secret agent man would never, ever have a personal email account. Maria and Jose would forget the difficulties at the beginning of their life together and remember this night with fondness. And now, to all of you, good night, God bless, and Merry Christmas.